Hey guys, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 12. Right now I am at Micah's soccer practice, and I figured that since while I'm waiting, I would answer a few more questions. There's gonna be questions in every video. I think that it just creates good content for you guys and kind of helps, again, let you guys get to know me. So I'll answer a few questions, and then at least before the sun goes down and I lose daylight. But then when I go home, we will do our little get to know the doggos, where you guys get to meet Millie and Nero, and I'll kind of tell you a little bit about them and stuff like that. But I was wearing my turban earlier today, and it's been giving me a headache, like literally. Like, I love it more than, like, I really do love it, but it gives me a headache if I wear it for too long. So today after work, I was like, screw it. I just ripped it off my head as soon as I got in the car, and I just started fluffing my hair out. So this is the result of just fluffing my hair out. It probably looks like I was ripping my hair out in my car driving on the freeway. But some of you guys had some good questions that I thought would be kind of fun to answer. And someone asked me, would I ever color my hair? And if so, what color? Honestly, after the last hair dye incident, which was how my hair fell out and how I went natural, like the very first time a couple years ago, like against my will, I've been terrified to dye my hair, and I honestly don't know what color I would dye my hair. And if I did, I would honestly have a professional do it, because the last time I fell out, it was because I did it and I was dumb, and reapplied it twice in the same day to try and cover some spots that I didn't get, and that was the worst idea. I've thought maybe I would go lighter, but I can't see myself with any other hair color, and I feel like my hair is pretty dark. I do have some, like, I think they're blonde or like red. You guys can kind of see it. I don't know if you guys can see it where it looks almost like blonde right here. Yeah, it's like right here on my hair at the tips, and then sometimes it looks more red. It depends on the sun, but you can kind of see I have like reddish undertones, and sometimes I have blonde. That I do get from my dad. Gotta love that Irish side and Swedish. But yeah, I would probably, if I was to go lighter, I think I would go more in the direction of like a reddish color, maybe not so much blonde, but I don't really know. I don't know what other colors would look good on me. They also asked if I could try the new hair wax everyone is using. Correct me if I'm wrong, is it like a colored wax where it colors your hair, but it's like a wax instead of like a dye? Yeah, I think I'd be willing to try it. I'd probably do like pink or purple or something, but is it permanent? Can I like wash it out after a day? Because if not, I can't do it because I'll probably get fired or at least in trouble with my work. But it does sound really cool. If it's like not permanent, I think I'd feel more comfortable doing something like that than a permanent hair dye right now. I just kind of like it's not just about like a natural hair journey. It's like a healthy natural hair journey, and I'm really scared that like dyeing my hair is gonna like make my hair fall out again. I'll look up that wax. I'll look it up and see what I think, and if I'm comfortable with it, then yeah, I'll totally buy some and try it out for you guys. They also asked, what is Micah like and what's his greatest characteristic? Micah is very much I want to say he's like your typical boy, you know, he's just kind of like, you know, outgoing and, you know, gets into stuff. But he's very, very smart. He's very much like his dad. I don't want to say smart, he's intelligent. That kid is smart. He's very good with numbers. Like, he's already been offered to join like this special program where they do college courses in middle school. Like, I'm not talking high school, I'm talking middle school. Like holy cow. And like, he's already in an advanced math class, and oh my gosh, it's just crazy. He's super smart. Like, literally talking to him sometimes is like speaking to an adult. It's insane to me that like a kid can be that smart at like 11 years old. Like, it's crazy. Even when I met him when he was 7, I met Micah when he was 7. Yeah, 7 years old. And even then I was like, oh my gosh, listen to this kid's vocabulary. Like, this is crazy. But yeah, he's very spunky. He loves jokes. He loves telling jokes. He loves hearing jokes. He loves video games. We tried to encourage him to like do like his own YouTube channel, because he watches so many gamers on YouTube that we try to encourage him to kind of like do it himself. And he like trying to do like the montages. I think he just enjoys just playing them, so we just let him do that. But yeah, he's very spunky, and he definitely has a personality. Like, sometimes, well, why? well, why? Can you explain that? And it's like, I'm great. I love that he's super curious. He's super curious as well. Sometimes it's like, I don't know why the sun is so however many miles away from the planet. I don't know. And you might have to hit up Google. Next question. I love how happy and optimistic you are. How do you stay positive and handle panic attacks? I've always been kind of known for being bubbly and happy and kind of like peppy. That's kind of always just been, I guess that's just part of my personality. I think having been through a lot of the things that I have been through, not just with like my family, but like I was also severely bullied when I was in school. And I'm not talking about like, oh, you know, they just wouldn't talk to me. Like, I'm talking about like having my face smashed into a brick wall, having notes left in my locker about just how much people thought I was ugly and how much they hated me. Again, I went to really small, predominantly white schools. There weren't a lot of colored kids there. And honestly, like, you know, I've been, you know, surrounded by 8 or 10 girls with my back up against a wall and they're just telling me how disgusting I am. And it's like, I would even ask them, like, what I asked them. My parents asked them when, you know, we had a whole office meeting and all this happy crap. Even when we've met with these kids' parents to, like, come down to, like, why this is happening. And they would just be like, oh, I don't know. We just don't like you. So, to this day, I still don't know why these kids picked on me, why these girls picked on me, you know. Having boys would message me on MySpace and pretend to ask me out and then proceed to tell me how ugly I am. So, yeah, there's that. But having been through so many, like, just crazy experiences in my life and just dealing with, like, literally the worst versions of people, I don't like to be that person to other people. And so I think that even I'm kind of surprised that, like, I can still have, like, a peppy personality after having gone through some of this stuff and, like, you know, having been called some of the names that I have been called. But yeah, I don't really know. And then someone asked how I handle my panic attacks. Sometimes that is hard for me. I do have a medical card. I haven't been able to use it for, like, the last 8 months because I was trying to find another job. But I do have a medical marijuana card that does help a lot with that, especially when it's like the anxiety is so high and it feels like I can't breathe and like I can't concentrate and I just can't come down from that. But how I've been dealing with it for the last 8 months, you just cry. There's not really much you can do when I'm at work. If I have to go in the bathroom and cry real quick and then like splash my face with cold water, that's what I do. Or I just stop and close my eyes and I just breathe. Sometimes just eating, if I'm having anxiety, I'll be like, okay, let me just eat like a snack or something. I don't know, it's just weird. It like takes my mind off of it, or just like taking a nap. Helps a lot too. That's probably why I like naps. Next question. Would you ever foster or adopt kids? I have thought about that. Tyler is adopted, and I have thought about, I have never asked him, but I have always thought, you know, hey, if we can't ever have our own kids, I wonder if he would be interested in adopting, like, or just doing the whole Korean adoptee thing, like he was, like, or even I would personally be interested in either a Korean adoptee, because that's Tyler's background, or even adopting either another biracial kid or a full black child. So yeah, that is something that I have thought about and stuff like that, if me and Tyler couldn't have kids, or if maybe the idea of childbirth is still very scary to me. So if that's something that I don't feel like I could overcome, or if me and Tyler only ever have just one biological child but we wanted another child, then yeah, I would consider adoption. My biggest fear and biggest dream. They're kind of the same in a way. So my biggest dream is just to be happy. Even though I have a very like bubbly, happy personality, I don't feel happy like deep down. And like my biggest fear is just never fighting that. But it is something that I'm actively working on, and just by starting my YouTube channel, I've been doing that, and by like finding a new job, going natural. So I'm doing everything now that I didn't have the opportunity to finally hopefully achieve that goal. So I am on that path, and I'm starting. This is the closest that where I'm at right now. Not including dealing with my family, even just being separated from my family. This is the closest I've felt that I've come to being happy. Probably doesn't seem like that right now because I'm freaking crying. But yeah, going natural and starting my YouTube, and then separating myself from bad people in my life is definitely helping with that. So yeah, and you know, for any of you guys who had questions about my family, I'm really putting my foot down unless it's a question I've already answered. And you know, again, I just encourage you to watch the other videos. Just watch all the vlogs before you decide to ask any family questions. But for those of you, I'm putting my foot down right now because I haven't really been following through with that. I'm putting my foot down now, and I'm just not answering those questions. Again, trying to find happiness in my life, and if I need to talk about my past, it'll come from a place, it'll be something that I've already healed from. Like the whole middle school bullying thing, I can talk about that now and not, you know, bawl my eyes out about it. If this was like, you know, 13-year-old, I take that back. If this was like 11-year-old Charmaine through like 18 or maybe even like 21, I would not be talking about high school or middle school. Because obviously it was still a fresh, you know, occurrence. It was, you know, over a span of years, like my whole like school career, and it was, you know, and it was still fresh and sensitive for me. If you guys would like me to talk about a video, I don't really want to talk about like shitty things in my life, like who the fuck wants to hear that? But I know that like bullying is such a huge issue, and for those of you who have been bullied, like truly fully bullied, I know exactly what that's like. I know exactly what it's like to be bullied, to have things thrown at you, to have your stuff thrown in the sprinklers, to have your stuff taken, to have your life threatened, to, you know, people physically harming you. And I know what that's like. And for people to just literally hate you and not have a reason or not have any legitimate motivation, like, it's insane to me. Like, kids are some of the meanest people on this planet. Like, I swear, like, kids have no boundaries. It's insane. So like, I take bullying very, very seriously because I know what that's like. I know what it's like to have to eat your lunch sitting on a toilet in a bathroom stall because you're afraid. You can't even hide in the library to get away from people without them calling you things, or, you know, throwing something at you, or, you know, threatening to hurt you. Like, I know exactly what that's like. It still baffles me. Like, you're probably like, they must have had some kind of reason. I have no clue. I have absolutely no clue. So yeah, there's something else that you guys have learned about me. I've been through some stuff, so it's like, I think that's also why I'm very empathetic. I know I've been through so much, and so it's easy for me to relate to people in that way. It's like, I've been there. I know exactly what you're going through. It doesn't make sense to me. I've always wondered, why do all these crazy things happen to me? Why do I have to experience not just pain in general, but like pain in so many different scenarios? And it's like, maybe I'm meant to tell these stories. I don't know. But anyway, I'm losing daylight here, but don't worry, the vlog's not over. We gotta go home and introduce the doggos. So next time you see me, we'll be home. Can I help you? Oh my goodness. Alright, so I don't know if you guys can actually hear it, but Micah is practicing his trumpet because he has a band concert tomorrow, which I will try and film for you guys, and he is practicing because he has a solo in it. But it's scaring the living daylights out of the dogs. They hate when he plays his trumpet. They hate it, and I can't get them to come in the house, and it's getting much later. It's like past 8 right now. So, unfortunately, I may have to do the little, you know, introducing the doggos probably tomorrow, and if I don't have time after the band concert, then I'll have to do it Friday. Life is crazy. You can't predict anything in life, you guys. I'm slowly but surely starting to realize that. But yeah, with that said, I hope you guys kind of enjoyed that chit chat in the car, or have at least learned something new. And realized that, you know, if you guys have dealt with bullying, you're not alone in that either. Like I said, I've been through some stuff. But with that said, you know, I hope you guys have been enjoying the series, and I will see you tomorrow. And the stars
stars up above are smiling when they see you holding me so near. I see snowflakes